Hi guys, it's me. Welcome back to my channel, or otherwise if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Tara. I have a little girl who is 23 months tomorrow. I can't believe she's almost 2. I can't say my upload schedule because my upload schedule is it's non-existent, and it's been non-existent for a little while. It's been very chaotic. If you watched my last video, you knew I was trying to go back to work, and I have actually gone back to work, and loads of things have just crept in the way to kind of make it very difficult for me to vlog. And you know I love to vlog, I love it so much, but it's your life. Your life gets involved and takes over when you least expect it to, and that's what's been happening recently. So I'm sorry that I've been non-existent, but like I said, if you are new to my channel, my name is Tara. I have a little girl who's Amelia, who is 23 months. Tomorrow, the 30th of April. Today I thought I would do a gender disappointment video. I know I've kind of touched this on my channel like last year. It's a topic on Channel 1 this month. And I just thought I would kind of do a video a little bit more in depth to how I feel about gender disappointment. So basically, if you've watched that video, if you haven't, if you're new to my channel, Amelia's obviously almost 2, and I had decided to not find out what we were having when we had Amelia. Me and my partner both had kind of, I wanted to not know, then he wanted to know, and then I didn't want to know, and then it was because we had a couple of scans when I was pregnant with Amelia. We had our 12-week, our 20-week, our 20. I had one at 23 weeks, and then I had a 4D, 3D at 24 weeks. So I had like 3 opportunities to find out what Amelia was, and it was very difficult not to in the end. But we were Team Yellow, we didn't know what we were having. I had an inkling, I'd say, for the first 12 weeks that I was having a girl. I'd say after 12 weeks, I was kind of convinced she was a boy, even though the only sign that was kind of right with the gender was the Chinese calendar. The Chinese calendar was the only thing that was actually wrong. The Chinese calendar predicted that I was going to have a boy, because if you don't know what the Chinese calendar is, you basically put the age of conception and obviously the month of conception, and it kind of basically goes by that whether you'll have a boy or a girl. That said, I was having a boy, and I'd done like the baking soda test, and it didn't fizz. I was craving sweet stuff. She took my beauty away. Like my hair was horrible. I had spots. I had really dry skin. She did take my beauty away. That was another sign that I was having a girl. Nothing was really pointing me to boy. It was only when people kind of convinced me, because I carried quite low throughout my whole pregnancy with Amelia. I carried quite low. My bump was really low. It wasn't high like a typical girl bump. And everyone who pretty much saw me was convinced that I was having a boy, and they kind of convinced me that I was having a boy. I'd say coming to the end of my pregnancy, I was very 50-50. I think my ex-partner thought we were having a girl. His mum thought we were having a girl. My mum thought we were having a girl. And then a lot of people just thought we were having a boy. I wanted a girl. He wanted a girl, my ex-partner. But I had a miscarriage before Amelia. I had a miscarriage in 2013, and then I fell pregnant with Amelia in 2014. And that's obviously something that I've not really ever said on this channel, that I have had a previous miscarriage. So gender disappointment to me, I think, is kind of a really like touchy subject to my heart, because I feel like I can't carry boys. I've got that feeling inside me that first miscarriage was a boy. I don't know why. I think I completely felt very different, even though it was a very short pregnancy, because I lost the baby. My signs were completely different to how they were when I was pregnant with Amelia. Comparing them to like the early stages of when I was pregnant with Amelia compared to when I was pregnant the first time. I've got this feeling that I can't carry boys. So to me, I felt like for my whole pregnancy, I was lucky to just have her. I was lucky that I got to 12 weeks. I was lucky that I got to 20 weeks. I was lucky that I got to 38 weeks in the end. That's how I saw it. I think people who have miscarriages don't actually care what they have as long as the baby is healthy. And again, that's another kind of confidential sort of way. Amelia was poorly when she was born. Again, something that I haven't ever really touched on this subject on my channel. I was very poorly after I gave birth to her. Again, I've not really kind of touched on this channel. So again, like, I had an okay pregnancy with Amelia. I had a lot of spotting and stuff like that, but in general, I felt like I was lucky that I got pregnant with her. I was lucky that I gave birth to, you know, like, she wasn't really poorly. I was lucky that she wasn't really poorly, but she was poorly. And that was the most horrible feeling. And that's what I feel like in the back of my head. I feel like as long as you can have a baby and carry to full term, you're lucky. You consider it yourself lucky that you can give birth to a baby that's alive. That's in my head. Since I've had my miscarriage, Amelia was my rainbow baby. I always see her as my rainbow baby because I was so lucky that I had her. Like, I didn't ever feel like I was going to be able to get pregnant after her, and if I did, I thought I would just have miscarriages, which are just horrific in general. Like, it's not something I'd wish on anyone. They're just a really horrible experience. So for me, I feel like gender disappointment is a very really touchy subject in my eyes, because I think it doesn't matter if you're having a boy or a girl, you're not going to love them any different because they're your son, they're your daughter. You know, yeah, I was very happy that I had a girl because I'm a girl, so I understand a girl. But I think when you have a boy, you learn to become a boy mum, I suppose. You know, you learn to become a mum of a boy. But obviously I'm a mum of a girl. I'm happy, but if I go on to have another baby, I think we'll be Team Yellow again, on my side anyway. It depends on who I'm with. But I definitely feel like I'd be Team Yellow. I wouldn't want to find out again. Because I just think it's the whole point. I feel like, you know, people say your 20-week scan is your gender scan. It isn't a gender scan, it's an anatomy scan. It's to basically check that your baby is healthy, your baby is growing, the fluid around its neck's normal. It's to look at your baby. It isn't for you to go, I'm going there to find out the gender of my baby. And I think so many people get confused with that, because my 20-week scan, for me, it was going to have a look at my baby to make sure she was healthy. Because obviously we didn't find out, so none of our scans were gender scans. I didn't book to have a gender scan. I understand why people want to book a gender scan, to obviously find out what they're having, obviously to get planned and stuff like that. But I just feel like it's this whole, we're in this world now where I feel like we're kind of a bit like girls want boys, or girls want girls, or boys want boys. You know, it's that sort of virtual world that we live in, and like, I think you should just love your baby no matter what, whether it's a boy or a girl. I don't think you should be disappointed. That's just my opinion. I know some people do have really bad gender disappointment when they get one sex other than what they've wanted. If I go on to have a boy, I will be grateful. If I go on to having a son, if I go on to have another daughter, then again I'll be grateful, because I know what it's like to lose a baby. A lot of people say, you know, you had a miscarriage, it wasn't a baby. A lot of people like, you know, you've got a living baby, so you must not think about that now. I think about that every single day. That kind of will always be in my heart, that I lost a baby, and I lost a baby with someone who I really loved, and that person meant so much to me that it meant even more to me because of that. Do you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't just a random thing. I was with him for a year when I fell pregnant, and I loved him a hell of a lot, and I wanted that baby with him. Like, I'm not kind of dreading on that, because I wouldn't have had Amelia. If I had that baby, I wouldn't have Amelia right now. So I would never wish anything different, as much as I think about that baby every single day and see it's in heaven, and it just wasn't meant to be in this world. It was meant to be, it was just too beautiful for this world. It was just not meant to be, and that's how I see it. And this has come to a completely different video. I didn't want to kind of go into this subject, but I felt like the last time when I done my gender disappointment video, I didn't add the fact that I'd had a miscarriage, and kind of felt like I just went on to the fact that I wanted a girl and my ex-partner wanted a girl. My ex-partner didn't know what it was like to lose a child, so for him I felt like he could kind of be that kind of gender disappointment if it had been a boy. Maybe he could have, but I felt like even if, you know, that day Amelia was born and she ended up being a boy, I wouldn't have loved him any less, because it would have been a child and I would have been lucky the fact that I was given a healthy baby boy. So that's my subject on it, and I would definitely be Team Yellow if I was to ever have a loved one. I'd definitely be Team Yellow again. I don't think I'd want to find out. As much as people are like, you know, you can organise yourself, you just put money away for when the baby's born. That's how I see it, and then go out and buy its clothes then. Girl, you know, I think this is the thing, like, I was very much like that. The minute Amelia was born, I was like, she has to have pink stuff. But to be fair, people who know me now know that Amelia's rarely ever in pink. Amelia's not a pink typical girl. I put her in a lot of navy. Amelia wears a lot of navy. She wears black leggings. She wears a lot of white. You know, I don't put her in that typical curved, like pink for a girl and boy has to be blue. Like, I think you could put a pink t-shirt on a boy, like, and, you know, why can't we live in a world like that and not be judged? I don't get it. But that is my view on gender disappointment. Like I said, I know I touched it on a Lover video last year, but I know I didn't go into a lot of detail. And to be fair, I just feel like I'm ready to kind of have my view, a proper view, and give you my aspect of how I look on gender disappointment. I think as long as the baby is alive by the time you have it, I think that's all that matters, is you've got a living baby and you can give it the love that it deserves, whether it's a boy or a girl. So I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, give it a big thumbs up. Comment below and let me know if you've ever had gender disappointment or what you wanted, or if you kind of agree with what I've said on this video. Everyone's got different views. This is exactly why these kind of videos are kind of interesting to see what people say. I completely get when people say, you know, my dad had 2 girls, he wanted 2 boys. When my mum was pregnant with both me and my sister, he wanted 2 boys, he got 2 girls, now he's got a granddaughter. Like, he hasn't yet had a grandson. You know, it's one of them things. I think you're blessed with what you're blessed with. If you have girls, you have girls. If you have boys, you have boys. I do get that whole sort of point of, like, why people want certain sexes, because then they can kind of feel like they can bond better. But I don't think, for me personally, that's the case. But like I said, comment below if you have had gender disappointment, because I actually really like watching these videos. I watched them today. That's what made me kind of do this video more, because I actually am really interested to why people feel like they want one sex after another. I actually watched a vlogger today, like Corinne and Matt. That's her channel. I will link it below. She actually kind of touched the same kind of subject as me. She had a boy and was kind of disappointed. I'm not going to go into loads of detail, but then she had 2 miscarriages and then kind of didn't care as long as she kind of had a live baby at the end of it. She didn't care as long as it was healthy, and you know what I mean, you kind of appreciate it more when you've lost something. That's how I see it anyway. I'll link her below. I'll link some kind of gender disappointment videos down below. If I can find someone, I will link them below so you can go and check them out. Go over to Channel Mum actually and check that out, because they've got loads of gender things this month. Gender reveals, which I love them. I just love them, even though I would never, well, I didn't do it with Amelia, and I probably will not do it the second time around. If I am lucky enough to have another one, I will not do it again, because I will be Team Yellow again. But they're really fun, gender reveals and sort of gender disappointment and just gender. Just in general, I think everyone's got different views. So I am rambling now. I'm going to let you go. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you're not subscribed to my channel already, I would really love if you push that subscribe button. It means a lot to me. I know I have been away from YouTube for a little while, and I completely understand if people don't want to subscribe anymore, follow me, because I have been a very sort of scatty YouTuber, like, because I've had so much on. It's not been deliberately, it's not because I haven't wanted to do videos. I love doing videos, but it's just my chaotic world. It doesn't ever seem to just go very smooth for me. There's always bumps. But that's life. I'm going to let you go. Much love. Bye. Thanks for watching.